Hi there, it's Tuesday the 30th of June 2020. We're continuing to look at the theme, We Are the Body of Christ. The body of Christ, of course, is the church, made up of all Christians who have ever lived. And if you are a Christian, then you are a part of the body of Christ. You have a part to play within the body. Somebody once said, why is it I feel like an appendix in the body of Christ? Inferring, of course, that they are pointless or useless, as many people understand the appendix to be pointless or useless within the body. And it's awful to feel like that, of course. Verse 14 to 16 of 1 Corinthians chapter 12 says this. Now the body is not made up of one part, but of many. And if the foot should say, because I'm not a hand, I do not belong to the body, it would not for that reason cease to be part of the body. And if the ear should say, because I'm not an eye, I do not belong to the body, it would not for that reason cease to be part of the body. You might feel that because you're not something special, then you don't belong in the body. You look at other people in the church and you think, look at them, look at what they're doing. They always seem to be involved in doing things. They seem to have a real part to play. I don't have any part to play. I don't have any role to play. Where do I fit? I don't really fit anywhere. And sometimes we can be envious or jealous of others, not just within the church, but in other places within our life, perhaps within our workplace. There seems to be some who have the favour or the ear of the boss and you don't. Or even within your club or society that you are part of, you feel like you're on the fringe and you wish you were more part of the group, or there's a clique that seems to be all the favoured ones who all chat together and you always seem to be on the outside. It's easy to feel lonely, of course, and even in a crowd we can feel lonely. Many people feel lonely today, that nobody cares for them or likes them or loves them or understands them or has any time for them. You feel that you just don't fit in sometimes. And that's really hard. I was at a conference, I remember, a church conference a few years ago, and I just felt I did not fit in the entire time. I tried to make contact with people and it was like nobody really understood me. Nobody was making space for me. It was like they were speaking a different language. And I just felt so lonely. In fact, I just wanted to come home and just didn't want to be there, even though it was supposed to be a church conference encouraging me and helping me. But it was actually having the opposite effect. It's strange, but it's a terrible thing to feel like that. And especially in church, where you sit on the fringes and the margins and you feel like nobody talks to you or nobody invites you for coffee or for any kind of social interaction, and you can feel alone, that you don't fit in. But the truth is that that is not the case. You know, our enemy, Satan, the devil, he whispers his lies into our ears and he says, you don't belong, you don't fit in, you're not part of it, why even bother, you may as well just leave. Those are all lies from Satan. God's truth is very different. And in the following verses, this is what it says. If the whole body were an eye, where would the sense of hearing be? If the whole body were an ear, where would the sense of smell be? But in fact, God has arranged the parts in the body, every one of them, just as he wanted them to be. If he has made you to be an appendix, then that is what you are to be, and there is a place within the body for you. Whatever your role is, there is a place within the body for you, and we need you. Yes, it's true that our human bodies can live without an appendix, but it's not true that it's useless, as is popularly understood. Scientists are now discovering that there are good enzymes and good bacteria stored in the appendix, and when we don't have our appendix, then we suffer because of that. My brother-in-law had his spleen out, and yes, he can still live without a spleen, but no, his life is not as good without it. Yes, the church can continue to survive without you in it, but without you in it, it's not the same. It's not as good. We need you. The church needs you. If you're a Christian, then you have a place within the body. And if you're not a Christian, then God is calling you to become a Christian and to take your place within this wonderful body. The church needs people who can talk and people who can listen, who have lots of energy and less energy, who are extrovert and introvert, who are quirky and crazy and who are steady eddies, who are leaders and followers, tea makers, scone bakers, car drivers, builders, knitters, public speakers, private chatters, smilers, encouragers, carers, people who relate to children, who relate to adults, etc., etc., etc. There is a part for you. There is a place for everyone. And we need you. Whoever you are, whatever your part is in the body of Christ, you are needed and wanted. And there is a place there prepared by God for you. So take it and fill it and be all that you can be in the body of Christ. God bless you. Speak to you again tomorrow.